So what do you think was the source of all this activity for the first, decade while you're in there?
So listen, first of all, they sent me to Calipatria. I didn't know nothing about opening up a prison. For those of you who've been in prison before in level 4s and y'all know about opening up prisons, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So Calipatria was the first prison I opened. And then I do the shoe program. They kick us out to New Corcoran to open that up after the shoe program. And then they send us on to Tehachapi. Tehachapi, get into a riot, go back to the shoe. Go back to the shoe, they kick me back out to Calipatria. Because I just got the shoe in 95, turn around January 96, they sent me to High Desert to open up High Desert in Susanville. And I was on C Upper the whole time. The most active yard I was there for 12 years. They wouldn't let me go. I opened up every Ad Seg they had open. Right? They opened up an Ad Seg on A yard, I opened that one up. They opened up Z unit, I opened that one up. They opened up the one on D yard, I opened that one up. Every Ad Seg they opened, I opened up. And again, A yard, by opening, you had to establish the same thing. Open up that Ad Seg. You know what I mean? Because we had a mini yard, we had a big mini yard we was going to.
So at some point, does this get tiring for you, mentally and physically?
It does. It gets very exhausting, you know what I mean? But, they put us on, and not only that, right, you go on these long lockdowns, these 20-month lockdowns, these 6-month lockdowns, these 1-year lockdowns, these 2-year lockdowns, you with nothing. You got to rely on other races to go to the store and get packages for you. And, we was working with the Asians, so, you know what I mean? They go to the store and get packages for us and this and that, but man.
Describe what that means when the prison goes on a 12-month lockdown.
So yeah, you go on lockdown, you come out every other day for a shower, that's it. You're on a 24-hour lockdown. You come out every other day for a 10-minute shower. No canteen, no nothing. You know what I mean? You get every week you get a bar of soap and some tooth powder.
And do you know it's gonna be 6 months lockdown, or you don't even know? They don't tell you, or
well, they give you updates every 30 days or whatever. 45 days they give you updates, but yeah.
And what's the whole purpose behind the lockdown?
I'm just trying to hopefully shit will change over. They'll transfer some people. They'll bring some new people in. With a new perspective on stuff, and people kind of forget about, what happened, and, but some people do, some people don't.
And when they do the lockdowns, is it just a particular race, or it could be everybody?
It could be everybody, or it could be a particular race or faction, right? It could just be just the Crips, it could just be just the Bloods, it could just be just the Serenos, it could be just the Asians, you know what I mean? Or it could be whoever they get into it with, just the blacks and the Mexicans, or you know what I mean? However that works.
And what's it like maintaining a relationship with your mom now, all these years?
Me and my mother never missed a beat. I'm blessed in that she's still around and was able to see all her boys home at one time. You know what I mean?
Now. Before we get to your transition in prison and establishing a program, what else would you like to add during these times when you was really turned up and was full throttle?
I would like to add. I can't think of nothing to add right now. I told you about brain farts.
What's some of the prisons that you never got to go to? I'm sure, because there's 33 prisons, and I'm sure you didn't hit all of them.
Well, I did 23 years on level 4s. Mm-hmm. So that was between Calipatria, Tehachapi Max, New Folsom, Old Folsom when it was a 4-yard, High Desert, New Delano, Corcoran. You know, these was all level 4 prisons that I've been to. For some reason, they would never let me go to Lancaster. I was trying to get to Lancaster when they opened it up. They would never let me get there. My first level 3 I went to, it's a funny story. Goon Squad hit my cell in New Delano, level 4, 180. And, you know, they had been trying to catch me. They just thought I was selling narcotics, you know what I mean? I was surviving in prison. So they hit my cell a couple times. And this last time, they just like, me and my cellie, we just stayed up all night, kind of putting shit back and fixing stuff. And then they came about 6 o'clock in the morning, threw me a trash bag and said, a couple of trash bags said, pack this shit, you've been transferred. I'm like, for what? I said, I'm not being transferred, I've been, you know. They said, no, this is an adverse transfer. You're being transferred. So, I go down to the counsel's office, I do a bunch of hoopla and all this other type of stuff to no avail. And they sent me to CMC East. Now, I just heard about CMC East, I've never been there, but the reason why they sent me to level 3, because of all them lockdowns, my points dropped. My points dropped enough that when they changed the law and they did the AB 109 and started changing the point system, my point system dropped 1 point into a level 3. So they sent me to CMC East. They give me a brass key. You got a key to your door. The key to your own door. They give me a brass key. The first thing I thought was like, why are they giving me this weapon? I'm thinking of ways I can sharpen this. You know, how can I, you know, sharpen it and just make it look like it's still a key, or, you know what I mean? But I'm just, that's the mentality that I had. Yeah.
So what was the difference when you were on a level 3? You had did so much time on a level 4. What was the immediate difference on a level 3? The immediate difference on level 3 is I didn't know what to expect. I saw a lot of dudes that I knew wasn't built like that. They kind of tapped out from other spots. And I'm like, man, what the you know, but they in other yards, you know what I mean? I go to Peel Line or whatever and I look at him, I'm like, man, what the fuck is he doing here? But then I started hearing about the other yards. I said, ooh. I was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable there. I'd been in level 4 for so I was uncomfortable there. Send me, had the mentality, send me to any other level 3. Send me to Chuckawalla, Delane, Wasco, anywhere else. Why you gotta put me in this one though? But God had a plan though. Now, during these years, how common were the S&Y yards when you were in there?
They didn't start becoming really common into the later years of my incarceration. When things started to change, they started to change the point system. They started, you know, taking buildings and yards. They started with the S&Y. That's how they start. It's the S&Y building. Like they only come out on certain days. Then there's 2 S&Y buildings on the yard. Now it's out of 5 buildings, it's 4 S&Y and 1 main line. So then they're like, look, you can go to a programming yard or a non-programming yard. You can go to a programming prison or non-programming prison. A lot of dudes was tapping out. And I used to tell them, you don't have to do that, bro. Just maintain your integrity, you know?
So that, well, after you was on the level 3, did your points continue to go down?
They did. When I was in the high desert on level 4, the last time I got out the hole, my mother asked me, son, when are you ever trying to come home? And I said, damn. Kind of, you know, hit me. I'm like, damn, I've been fucking up, but think about me, you know what I mean? This and that. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give a concerted effort. I'm gonna give if I don't get out, I can't say that I didn't give them all. So I just started having that type of mentality. That one day I'm gonna blow this popsicle stand. I used to tell people that all the time. I'm gonna blow this popsicle stand. Y'all think I'm playing? I don't know. If I stay in the law library long enough, I'm gonna figure it out.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description. And thanks for watching StreetTV.net.